Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy 13 2 walkthrough. Right, so the previous video there, we are still kind of hanging out in the Academia 400 AF. I did want to show you guys this. This is what I was talking about in the last video. I just needed to jump down. There probably is a switch to make this actually go to the right direction, but there's not much reason to do that. You can just jump down here, and then we've got a Graviton Core Delta. So that is obviously a fragment that you'll want to grab. That's actually for another quest, actually, in the next iteration of Academia. So kind of useful to grab it right now. Alright, so I'm actually just jumping down here to explore this last spot. Again, there wasn't really any reason to bother doing this. I'm going to end up coming back here again in a different. Again, it's probably gonna. I think it's 4XX is the next version of Academia, and again, we won't have to fight through constant battles with Cia in that version. So again, if you, and I do recommend just holding off on grabbing all the Joker spheres and finding them until then. The one thing though, I think it is a wise plan to actually grab that Graviton or Delta though, because that will not be in the next version. Take this! Get it! So then, grab it here. Grab it now. Grab it now while it makes sense. But anyways, so that is pretty much it. We're going to head to the gate at this point and move on. And I'm super glad that we're at the end of this because, again, pretty intense amount of battles as well as just horrible, almost non-existent rewards. So I would just love to be done with this. Anyways, alright, let's grab this last treasure sphere with 1050 gil. Another slap in the face.
Yule saw everything, you realize that? She knew exactly what would happen today. There was never a time she didn't.
But even so, she didn't try to avoid her fate.
It's the law of the Farseers. Seers must not change history to save themselves. Because if they do, they can doom thousands of others to a worse fate instead. How about it? Ready for the truth?
The law of the Farseers. It's a terrible thing to live by. Because to obey it means someone has to sacrifice themselves. Lightning, tell me, is there no way for us to save everybody? Noel and I are traveling through these gates because we believe we can change our fate. But even as we do, I can't forget what Yule said. She said Caius isn't in this city. But if that's true, who was it that we met here?
Alright, so as I alluded to in the previous video, that Caius obviously was not the real Caius. So keep that in mind as we travel on here. And I think that gets completely spelled out in the next version of Augusta Tower. So we will actually head there after Yasha's Massif, though this video will all be Yasha's Massif. So it'll be, again, a while before we actually continue on with what I would say is, kind of the actual main story. Yasha's Massif, especially this version, and actually I think a couple of the versions, doesn't actually have a whole lot of storyline stuff to take care of. It's more, again, like side quests. So, or maybe I should say quests for fragments. Kind of ends up being the same thing, though. But anyways, all right. So we're here. Obviously, we start up way up at the top at the or near the command center. So, kind of an interesting spot to start out at. And Alright, so let's have a look around.
Did you come to visit the ruins? You may want to rethink your plans. The paradox effect has grown out of hand. Do you see the red sphere-like objects floating around? That said, the area is not... Are the spheres consuming people?
Alright, so this is our first out-of-phase item here. And let's open this up. Bulb of Hope. Okay. That might be usable.
My previous boss was transferred here from the Brescia ruins. He taught me everything I know. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He was a nice man, and he took care of me. He was my mentor from day one. If only he hadn't come here, he'd probably still be alive and well.
Okay, so this is Uma. I don't know that we actually can do anything with her right now that I think about it. She does say, though, she learned everything she knows from, you know, some mentor of hers. I think her quest doesn't open up until we knock her down. Alright, so this is Helmwidge's Nightshade. Looks like we need to find a picture frame. I don't remember where that is at right off the top of my head, but we will obtain it. I can assure you that. Okay, I guess after a period of just kind of chilling out, standing around, I was probably trying to figure out where it was at. Alright, let's head on down. Okay. Oh, I see a floating little treasure box. Yeah, this looks like an okay spot to throw Mog, and I think if I get it this first try. Oh, I did. Okay. Sealed tablet. Nice. Don't remember which quest that is for. Okay. I'm guessing there wasn't actually anything up top there. Or rather, anything new. So we've got a sealed tablet and some sort of bulb. I do know there's a... Oh, I see another floating treasure box. Idiot. Okay. Don't want to run too far here and potentially end up in a bed. There's a reminiscence gate too. Okay, cool. I don't remember which gate that's for, but let's continue on here. All right, so this red, it looks like so this red ruby of grief here, we're not able to interact with quite yet. I'm guessing, like a lot of the areas, you have to complete certain ones before they unlock. And that one, gosh, I could swear that that's the one that you use the bulb for. And oh, we got an out of phase treasure something up here. Ah, womp womp. All right, there we go. I don't know that I really needed to jump here to reveal that. I probably didn't. Comm device. Okay, there's another one. I'm not really sure where or which quest that is for. I suspect we'll find out. Oh, this looks like potentially a necrosis animation. Nope, wrong again. Just they make it really similar.
Too easy.
Very similar color. Okay, those are pretty weak enemies if we're only getting slivers. I think that's the grade 2 monster material, so not real impressive. Oh, it's down here. Hidden something? Possibly? Over there, Mark. Yep. Okay. Something's out of phase here. Picture frame. All right. That is definitely the item that we were looking for. So let's head back and turn that in. And that will obviously open up the next Ruby of Grief, I'm assuming. Not sure which one it unlocks next. So, yeah, I think the rest of this video is going to be a lot of this. It's probably going to be just, this is kind of like housekeeping, I guess I would make it akin to. You know, reason being, we're just going to be we're going to be running around and kind of completing a lot of the quests. There isn't going to be any more, for sure isn't going to be any more, like, main story, like, plot in this video. So, you know, buckle up. Buckle up, you're in for a boring ride. Okay, so that is Helmwidge's Nightshade. So that one is complete. And on to the next. Now, I suspect that that next one is the one that we use the bulb for. That's my guess anyway.
It doesn't seem to be linked with the War of Transgression.
So let's head on down there. And, oh, I see the chocobo. But where is the ruby? Right there. Alright, yeah, and it's got the chat bubble above it, so we should be good now. I gotta get into a battle here, right as we're about to interact with it, but that's okay. The bells as far as useful abilities. Although we did get one, so cool. Alright. Okay, so that was Sigrun's Spirit Bloom. Obviously, you know, good to grab that bulb up there by the command center. So we don't have to do any kind of backtracking. Hopefully that's the case with this next ruby as well, although I'm not seeing... Yeah, this one's not ready for us, I guess. So we must need to go a bit farther in. And complete some other these quests. Just looking at the CP rewards for these fights is almost depressing. That the CF at or in academia, they just don't give you. I mean, it's like one every fight. Ah, so bad. Such a waste of time. Alright, so there's the Graviton Core Epsilon. Again, now that's another Graviton Core that's useful in one of the next iteration of academia. So very important to grab now.
Looks like you
Definitely
lost.
save you some time. You know, that way you don't have to specifically go out and look for them. So it's like Graviton Core Alpha, Beta, Delta. I know there's a Gamma. there might even be a Zeta somewhere. There might even be more. I can't remember exactly how many there are. It's at least 5, but it might even be 6. But, alright, continuing on here. Again, Crawler, Crawler's not ringing any bells as far as who knows though. There's a lot of these enemies that actually do have decent abilities here or there, but I don't necessarily know because a lot of times I don't level them up. Blessed Blade. Oh, what was this one? Oh, this is the one that's I think it's magic plus 35%. Oh, one up, buddy. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, if you've decided to go with a magic-based Gnoll, this weapon, that's the way to go. That weapon is amazing. Again, obviously, with a magic 35%, Gnoll can sport some just insane magic numbers with that equipped. Again, but you have to be building him as the magic route. So. Okay, so that's Schwerlight's flower, something like that. So yeah, let's move on. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Anyways, all right. So I've got the next temporal. Now I'm forgetting the name of these, temporal distortion or whatever these things are. But anyways, we've got a puzzle to solve. This one is all. It's gonna be the clocks again. So this one in particular. These ones should be the same for everybody, again, as far as I know, unless these are always just completely randomly generated. I'm not sure, but hopefully this is the same for you as it was for me. Now, the cool thing about these ones, or this set of clocks, is they stay the same. So it's not, it's not randomly generated every time you even fail. So again, if you fail once, you'll just have the same clock puzzle again. So again, and hopefully they're the same for you as they were for me. But anyways, oh now this one's timed, so I don't know if this will be the same for everybody. Usually it's the ones that are timed that are different. So if that's the case, I do apologize. I thought that all of these were not timed and thus will be the same. And again, usually if they're timed though, if you fail it, you won't get the same puzzle again. So again, sorry if that's the case. This one here I've got a cut now. This is obviously the same clock, but that was because I failed. But yeah, so this one's not timed. So I suspect that means that this one is or should be the same every time. So like I said, if you fail this one, you should get this puzzle again. So I failed this one. Yeah, I did. Womp womp. Okay. Try again. So yeah, so this is the same puzzle as the last one. Again, I don't know if that necessarily means that you will, if you're playing, that you'll get this specific puzzle, but if it is, well, I mean, just do what I do. I should say, do what I do, but not the first time I did it. I don't know. 3 to the 2. Yeah, there we go. That's right. 3 to the 2. Alright. Another one bites the dust. So that's stage 2. This one, I know took me quite a few tries, so that's why I've got a cut there. That was me cutting out my failures. Now, this puzzle is different. So I'm guessing that means that this was timed. Yeah, so unfortunately if you're watching this, these puzzles might not do you any good unless you just happen to, get some of these ones exactly. Yeah, this is timed. So again, the timed ones, if you fail them, you don't get a second shot. And it'll just generate a new one, which again can be a real pain in the butt, especially for these ones that are really big. So, yeah, again, just, you kind of got to deal with it, but... Okay. Yeah, I don't know how many tries it took me to get that one done, but we're done. So that's stage 3. On to stage 4. So here's another cut. Oh, so this one stays the same. So again, hopefully this is the same puzzle that you get. But if not, sorry, good luck. It's the best I can do for you. I do know this one took me quite a few tries to get right. Here's the other option. Alright, so this is the typical, what I usually do is kind of YOLO it for the first few. You know, I'll just do whatever. I'll pick whatever numbers. And then about halfway through, I generally stop and go, okay, is this still solvable or not? And, yeah, it looks like I may have pulled this one off. So it should be the 5 to the 2. Yeah, there we go. And then the 2 to the 4. Alright, so that's that. And we're either on to the next stage, or this one might be... Oh, completely resolved. So, alright, so that's, I don't know if these are the toughest. They might be the toughest of the clock patterns. I don't remember right off the top of my head. There might be some later on, actually, that are a little bit tougher. But, alright, so that's the Book of Valhalla. And we have obviously resolved that. And now we can get to the gate. Looks like this one takes a wild artifact, so hopefully you've got one on you. And if you've grabbed all of the wild artifacts that I've grabbed, then you should be in good shape. Alright, so what did that unlock? Sunleth 400, okay. I don't know if I'm going to head there quite yet. Just we'll see. We'll know in the next minute. Nope. Sunleth 400 is pretty quick, actually. The second time around, there's a lot of fragments there. But again, it's pretty quick. You can knock it all out in probably a half an hour or so. So I suspect that'll be coming right up after we kind of run out of stuff to do here in the Ashes Massif. So that actually might be the next video. If I was to guess, I'd say that's a I tried to get as much done in the areas as I, unlocked them. But yeah, we'll see. We'll find out in a bit. Alright, so I know there's a Ruby of Grief that we weren't able to interact with on our trip through this area. So it should be down here. Yeah. And, yep, I see a texture bubble above its head, so we should be good to go. We got my green chocobo. Alright. It took me a while to capture one of these, so that's why I'm kind of going out of my way to grab this. So, yeah. I don't know if I can get this one. And again, I actually mentioned it in one of the earlier videos, but the green chocobo is a pretty good planet. You really have kind of two choices for the medics. Top 2 medics anyway, which is the green or the white chocobo. I went with the white one, but to be fair, I did level up my green chocobo for a little while, and I used it until actually close to the end of the game, to be honest. So yeah, a good choice. No, and I didn't capture that one even with the feral. So, oh well. Maybe next time. Okay, so that was the Ross Weiss
I'm curious.
Sky Blossom? Ross Weiss? Something like that?
Creature the Seers
And that
banished.
required
What
the
kind of
sealed
monster was
tablet.
it? And what exactly happened to the city of Padra?
Maybe we can find some sort of answer in the ruins.
Okay, so now that we've got that that last Ruby of Grief done, Sarah mentioned something about the Cirrus and how she trapped some monster, and maybe we would be able to fight it. I don't know if that actually happens or not. I guess we'll see. I vaguely remember a. I don't know what they're called. They look kind of like wolves, like feral wolves, kind of. And I thought it was like the Oogaloo or Oogaloo, something like that. So that might be the one that I'm thinking about. The one that, you know, the Cirrus sealed, and then I think we break and kill it. So destroy it. So yeah, so that might be coming up. Okay. Oh boy, we're almost out of time. I'm kind of curious what I accomplish here in the next couple minutes. It's looking
Was
like
it really
not
an
much.
ancient war?
Okay,
I've
yeah, so
learned
we've got
here
the
that life is
distortion
always-
here, so let's head in. I
This
don't know
place
if
is
I.
from many centuries ago, Kubal. It was sealed by a powerful spell. The magic is very old, and now the effect is starting to fade, Kubal.
An ancient seal from centuries ago. You have to be talking about a spell cast by the Seers.
Come on, Noel. We have to go and fix the paradox.
Okay, so we're going to head into this temporal distortion and solve what looks to be some more of the clock puzzles. But I'm actually going to finish those in the next video because I'm about out of time. So as always, hope the guide was helpful. Hope you join me for more videos, and as always, thanks for watching.